Hello everyone and welcome back to another English lesson with me. I am Jazmine from Rogers Language and today we'll be learning 60 super useful vocabulary related to health, diet and nutrition. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button as we make new videos all the time. Now, let's get started. In this video, we are going to learn some general terms related to this topic, dietary habits and preferences terms related to people, essential terms related to weight, diet and nutrition, common phrases and expressions in this topic, and lastly, we'll be looking at some idioms. First, let's start with some basic, simple and general terms that you need to know in order to understand this whole topic better. Health. Health. Health refers to a state of overall well-being. It could be physical, mental and social well-being in humans, or the general condition of one's body. It also means when you have no illness or disease. The adjective form of this noun is healthy. Healthy. When you are free from illness or injury, or when you're physically strong and not likely to become ill or weak, you are healthy. For example, regular exercise and a balanced diet help maintain good health, keeping people strong and healthy. Nutrition. Nutrition. Nutrition refers to the process of getting the right type of food for health and growth. The adjective form of nutrition is nutritious. Nutritious. Nutritious describes food that is rich in essential nutrients and beneficial for health. So when a food is nutritious, it provides you with the right nutrients and is beneficial for your health. It's good for your health. For example, eating fruits and vegetables every day is important for good nutrition because they are nutritious and provide vitamins for our bodies. Diet. Diet. Diet is a way of eating in which you only eat certain foods to improve your health or to lose weight or to gain weight, or the kind of food that a person or animal eats every day. So it's about a habit of eating what you normally have. For example, to stay healthy, my uncle has chosen a varied diet, making sure to include a variety of foods like lean proteins, whole grains, and colorful vegetables in his everyday meals. Calorie. Calorie. Calorie is a unit for measuring the amount of energy that food or drinks produce. We've got a very common and useful adjective for calorie, and that is low calorie. Low calorie. Low calorie refers to food or drinks that have a reduced amount of energy. So they are low in calorie. For example, children go through dynamic phases of growth, and a low-calorie diet is not what they need. Protein. Protein. Protein is a natural substance that exists in food, such as meat, beans, eggs, and dairy products, and which your body needs to grow for building and repairing muscles and cells in the body. For example, athletes often consume food that are high in protein for muscle growth and recovery after intense workouts. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a substance that is in foods such as fruit, bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, sugar, etc., which provides the body with energy. The short form of carbohydrate, which is common and you see it a lot, is carbs. And when a food is low in carbohydrate, we say it's low carb. So low carb is an adjective for carbohydrate. For example, I must eat bread or rice every day. My body needs carbohydrates to produce energy. Vitamins. Vitamins, or the American pronunciation vitamin. Vitamin. Vitamins are chemical substances in food that are essential for good health. When a food has a high amount of vitamin, we say it's rich in vitamin, or the adjective form of it is vitamin rich. Vitamin rich. For example, the doctor told me to eat foods that are rich in vitamins and to take vitamin D pills regularly. Rich in vitamins and to take vitamin D pills. Take pills. Minerals. Minerals. Minerals are natural substances in food that are essential for good health, such as iron, salt, magnesium. When a food contains a high amount of essential mineral, we say it's mineral enriched. Mineral enriched, when it's rich in mineral. For example, leafy green vegetables are mineral-enriched foods that provide essential nutrients like calcium and iron. Fiber. Fiber. Fiber refers to the part of plants that you eat but cannot digest, but helps digestion by moving food quickly through your body. We've got two very useful adjectives for fiber: high fiber and low fiber. High fiber, when a food is high in fiber, when it contains a high amount of fiber. And low fiber is when a type of food is low in fiber, has a low amount of fiber. For example, consuming high fiber foods such as oats helps maintain a healthy digestive system and prevents constipation. Constipation is a condition that you have difficulty getting rid of waste food in your body. Antioxidants. Antioxidants. Antioxidants are compounds that protect the body from damage caused by harmful molecules called free radicals. It helps prevent the body from cancer. When a food or when a type of food is rich in antioxidant, we say it's antioxidant rich, the adjective form. For example, fruits like berries are rich in antioxidants, which help our bodies stay healthy by protecting cells from damage. Superfoods. Superfoods. Superfoods are foods believed to be highly nutritious and beneficial for health due to their rich nutrient content. For example, quinoa grain has been called a superfood. It's super healthy. Wholesome. Wholesome. When something is wholesome, it's good for you and likely to make you healthy or improve your life either physically, morally, or emotionally. For example, imagine coming home to a wholesome dinner table filled with a variety of colorful baked vegetables and grilled salmon after a busy day at work. That's amazing, isn't it? And as you noticed, I said salmon. Salmon. L is not pronounced in this word. Organic. Organic. Organic refers to not using artificial chemicals in the growing of plants and animals for food and other products. For example, nowadays many people are switching to organic food. Lean. Lean. When a food is lean, it contains a low amount of fat, particularly saturated fat, or when it has no fat. For example, lean meats like chicken or turkey have less fat compared to other types of meat, making them a healthier choice. Junk food. Junk food. Junk food refers to highly processed or prepackaged food items that are often high in calories, sugars, unhealthy fats, and low in essential nutrients. But of course, they are delicious, aren't they? Junk food is delicious, but he eats a lot of it and doesn't exercise. He must be careful. Fast food. Fast food. Fast food is a cheap, often hot food that is prepared and served quickly in a restaurant or for takeaway, such as hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, etc. For example, sometimes when we're in a rush, we might choose fast food because it's quick, but I know it's better to eat it less often for my health. Processed foods. Processed foods. Processed foods are foods that have been changed in some way from their original state before they're ready to eat. For example, they've been added some ingredients, or they've been cooked, freezed, or packaged. For example, processed foods like canned soups or packaged snacks often contain added ingredients and preservatives, which can sometimes be less healthy compared to fresh, whole foods. Saturated fat. Saturated fat. Saturated fat is a type of fat found in meat, eggs, milk, cheese, etc. that is thought to be bad for your health and to increase the risk of heart disease. For example, butter and cream contain a lot of saturated fats. Sodium. Sodium. Sodium is a mineral commonly found in salt and processed foods. An excessive intake or excessive consumption of it may lead to high blood pressure and heart-related issues. For example, health experts advise limiting sodium intake by reducing the consumption of salty snacks and processed foods. Now let's learn some dietary habits and preferences. By that I mean we'll be looking at the names of some special diets. And of course, you don't have to memorize them all. It's only good for you to know, especially if you're following a specific diet, because it's just about learning English and not recommending or suggesting anything. Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet is a dietary pattern inspired by the traditional eating habits of people living in countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea. It typically includes a high intake of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, fish, and olive oil, with moderate consumption of dairy products and red wine. For example, my aunt follows a Mediterranean diet. She eats vegetables, fish, and olive oil a lot. DASH diet. DASH diet. DASH is actually the short form of dietary approaches to stop hypertension, which is a dietary plan intended to help control high blood pressure. It focuses mainly on consuming fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and low-fat dairy products, while limiting foods high in saturated fats, sugar, and sodium. For example, many healthcare professionals recommend a DASH diet to individuals with hypertension, as it encourages a nutrient-rich eating pattern that can support better heart health. Paleo diet. Paleo diet. The paleo diet is based on the presumed eating habits of ancient humans during the Paleolithic era. It typically involves consuming foods that have been available to early humans, such as lean meats, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, and no processed foods, grains, dairy, and refined sugar. For example, fans of the paleo diet claim that by following this eating pattern, one can achieve better health by reverting to the foods our ancestors consumed. Gluten-free diet. Gluten-free diet. Gluten itself is a protein found in wheat, barley, rye, etc. And the gluten-free diet refers to a diet that you exclude foods that have gluten. So you eat foods that have no gluten. They are gluten-free. For example, I prefer a gluten-free diet. Ketogenic diet. Ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carb eating plan. It involves consuming high amounts of healthy fats, moderate protein, and very few carbs, leading the body to burn fat for fuel instead of carbs. We can also say, as the short form of it, keto diet. For example, some people follow a keto diet and consume a high amount of fat and a low amount of carb. Atkins diet. Atkins diet. Atkins diet is a low-carb, high-protein and fat diet. For example, fans of Atkins diet control their weight and improve overall health by restricting carbs and focus on protein and fat intake. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern that alternates between periods of eating and fasting. Fasting means when you do not eat for a period of time. This type of eating pattern doesn't specify the types of food to eat, but rather when to eat them, because it's kind of a fasting. For example, my sister finds intermittent fasting beneficial for metabolic health. She thinks it allows the body to use the stored energy during fasting periods. What about you? Do you think intermittent fasting is good or not? Terms related to people. Health nut. Health nut. Health nut is an informal way to describe someone who cares a lot about staying healthy and improving their health by exercising, eating healthy, and lifestyle choices. So a health nut is a person who cares a lot about it. For example, my mother is such a health nut. She always gives us advice on what to eat and what not to eat to stay healthy. Flexitarian. Flexitarian. Flexitarian is someone whose diet mostly consists of plant-based foods, like vegetables, but is not a vegetarian because they occasionally include meat or fish. For example, as a flexitarian, this time I was looking for an option that had both vegetables and chicken on the menu. Vegan. Vegan. Vegan is a person who does not eat or use any animal products such as meat, fish, dairy, eggs, honey, leather, etc. For example, she decided to turn vegan after watching a documentary about how some animals are treated. Vegetarian. Vegetarian. Vegetarian is a person who does not eat meat for health or religious reasons or because they want to avoid being cruel to animals, but may still consume dairy products, eggs, and plant-based foods. For example, Lilith thinks she has been feeling much healthier since she became a vegetarian. Pescatarian. Pescatarian. Pescatarian is someone who eats fish but not meat. For example, he's been pescatarian for 3 years, only eating salmon. Sweet tooth. Sweet tooth. This idiom mostly comes with have, to have a sweet tooth. When you have a sweet tooth, you like eating sweet foods like sweets, chocolates, or pastries, donuts, etc. For example, I have a sweet tooth. I can never say no to biscuits, pastries, and cheesecakes. The same goes for me. I also can never say no to sweet things and desserts. What about you? Do you also have a sweet tooth? Foodie. Foodie. Foodie is a person who loves food and is very interested in different types of food. For example, Jack is a passionate foodie who loves trying new restaurants and learning about different culinary cultures. What about you? Are you a foodie as well? Glutton. Glutton. Glutton is a person who regularly eats and drinks more than is needed or beyond normal appetite. For example, you're such a glutton. You ate the whole pizza by yourself. Gourmet. Gourmet. T is not pronounced. Gourmet is a person who knows a lot about food and cooking and who enjoys eating high quality or good food. For example, Harry's uncle is a gourmet. He made the right decision of opening his own restaurant. Now it's time to learn some essential terms related to weight, diet, and nutrition. Appetite. Appetite. Appetite is the feeling that you want to eat food. There is also a term for it, loss of appetite, is when you lose your appetite, when you suddenly don't want to eat anything anymore. For example, after seeing that disgusting thing, I totally lost my appetite. But another term for it could be spoil your appetite. For example, you'll spoil your appetite for dinner if you have a cake now. It means your appetite will reduce and you no longer have a space for food. You'll no longer want to eat food for dinner. Yes, that's it. Nutrition label. Nutrition label. Nutrition label is a panel on food packaging that provides information about the nutritional content, serving size, and ingredients used in a food product. For example, Sarah, aren't you a bit too obsessed with reading the nutrition labels on the products every time you want to buy something? Portion size. Portion size. Portion size refers to the amount of food served or consumed in a single meal or snack. For example, I pay attention to my portion sizes to make sure I eat moderately. Craving. Craving. Craving is a strong feeling of wanting something, an intense desire for a specific food or someone, maybe. The verb form of it is crave, to crave, which means to have a strong desire or longing for something or someone. For example, I have a craving for cheesecake. Would you get me some? Binge eating. Binge eating. Just like binge watching, that means watching several episodes of a TV show in a row without stopping, binge eating also means eating a lot of food, especially without being able to control yourself. For example, sometimes during stressful periods, I would engage in episodes of binge eating, but then I might feel guilty afterwards for overeating. Eating disorder. Eating disorder. Eating disorder is a mental illness in which people eat far too little or far too much food and are unhappy with their bodies. For example, it's better to seek professional help when one notices signs of eating disorder. Body mass index. Body mass index, or BMI, is a measurement used to estimate an individual's body fat based on their height and weight, often used as an indicator of overall health and potential health risks. It's got a formula, actually. For example, the doctor calculated Sarah's BMI to assess her weight status and determine potential health risks associated with obesity. Supplements. Supplements. Supplements are additional products such as vitamins, minerals, or herbal extracts taken to complement or enhance the diet. For example, some individuals take vitamin supplements to ensure they meet their daily nutrient requirements, especially if their diet lacks specific nutrients. Calorie intake. Calorie intake. Calorie intake refers to the total number of calories consumed through food and beverages in a given period. For example, I'm trying to be mindful of my calorie intake by paying attention to the serving sizes and ingredients in the snacks I eat throughout the day. Sedentary. Sedentary. Sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary means lack of physical activity or long periods of sitting and little exercise. For example, sometimes sitting for long hours at work can lead to a sedentary lifestyle, but I try to break it up by taking short walks or stretching every hour to stay active and healthy. Let's learn some super common phrases and expressions related to this topic. Dropping a few pounds. Dropping a few pounds. This common expression means to lose weight or to get rid of excess body fat. For example, I need to drop a few pounds for the dress to fit me before the wedding. Packing on the pounds. Packing on the pounds. This idiom is mainly used in the US and it means to gain weight or a certain amount of fat or muscle. For example, I have become so weak and skinny and I think I should pack on the pounds to look healthier. Bulk up. Bulk up. Bulk up is a phrasal verb meaning to gain weight, especially by becoming more muscular, by gaining more muscle, and to become bigger and heavier. For example, Jack is aiming at bulking up to 200 pounds for the upcoming bodybuilding competition. Following a balanced diet. Following a balanced diet. This phrase means eating a wide variety of foods in the right proportions to achieve and maintain a healthy body weight. For example, instead of a specific type of diet, Kate follows a balanced diet. Eating in moderation. Eating in moderation. When you avoid eating more or less than your body needs to, you eat in moderation. For example, I haven't cut out any foods from my diet. I just make sure I eat everything in moderation. Counting calories. Counting calories. It means to keep track of the number of calories in the food you eat so that you won't eat too much. For example, is it really necessary to count the calories of every meal you have? To cut something out or to cut out something. This phrasal verb means to stop eating or drinking something, usually because it's bad for your health or to improve your health. For example, since she is pregnant, she has cut out alcohol. Controlling portions. Controlling portions. Controlling portions means managing the sizes of meals to prevent overeating and maintain a balanced diet. For example, I control my portions by using smaller plates. Burning calories. Burning calories. It refers to the process of using energy through physical activity or exercise. For example, I've been told dancing is great for burning calories. Going on a diet. Going on a diet. Going on a diet means making specific changes in eating habits of food choices for weight loss or health reasons. For example, Victoria, you look different from the last time we saw each other. Did you go on a diet? Lastly, it's time for idioms. Let's learn some super useful idioms related to the topic of health and diet. You are what you eat. You are what you eat. This idiom means that one's well-being is directly influenced by the quality of food eaten. In other words, it's important to eat good food in order to be healthy and fit. For example, ever since I've started eating more vegetables, I've been feeling much better. Well, you are what you eat. In the pink of health. In the pink of health. This idiom means to be in excellent health or a peak physical condition, to be in your healthiest version or state. For example, after resting for 5 full days, William has recovered entirely and is now in the pink of health. Fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle. This idiom describes someone who is very healthy, very strong and physically fit. For example, although my grandmother's 90 years old, she's as fit as a fiddle, meaning she's very strong and healthy. To be a couch potato. To be a couch potato. This idiom informally refers to a person who leads a sedentary lifestyle, preferring to sit or lie down, often watching TV, playing video games, etc., rather than being physically active. For example, Jake's such a couch potato. He's in front of the television all day and night playing video games. To hit the gym. To hit the gym. This idiom means to go to the gym or engage in physical exercise, typically as a routine or habit. For example, you know what? After days of binge eating and not getting enough exercise, I think it's about time to hit the gym.
Well done everyone, you did an amazing job. However, if you want to become better at learning vocabulary, make sure to make your own sentences. By the way, there are other topic-based vocabulary videos on our channel that you can watch, so make sure to check them out as well. Last but not least, you can find us on other platforms such as TikTok, Instagram and Telegram. We'd love to have you there too. So, thanks for watching and see you later.